All right, guys, Daniel the adjuster here. We have an opportunity to investigate an interior of a home for damage, water damage. And look at this view. It's a nice little beach property. Look back here. Little cute little place, but sitting there on a beautiful lake with an incredible view. So let's take a look at some water damage. All right, folks, so we're inside, and it's interesting as I came up to the house, and the next door neighbor actually stopped me and said, "Oh, I can't believe they're having somebody come by and take a look at the house. The house has been in neglect for so long. No one's taking care of it. They've had an active leak for almost a year in the roof, and they're aware of it. And now they have somebody coming out to take a look at the damages. You know, it's just not fair that somebody can let their house go that far behind in neglect and then do nothing about it and expect the insurance to pay for it." That's what she said. So guys, real important, if there happens to be people outside, talk to them. You might get a little bit of information about the house. The reason why this is important is because this claim was open with an unknown kitchen leak and basically damage inside the house. And I asked him if he'd got a plumber, and he said no. And I asked him if he'd got water mitigation. He said no. So that kind of stuff is a little fishy, and so we want to be spending a little time looking around and seeing what we see. So let's take a look. Okay, first glance. we got a lot of water, guys. We got a lot of water going on. We got these little fans. We got him doing a little bit of remediation, but oh my goodness, look over here. We've got some long-term rot and damage down here, which does match the story that that neighbor was saying, is that they've had a long-term leak. Now look behind the fridge, and we've got again some major damage. The fridge looks like it was leaking for some time. We've got cabinet damage, massive cabinet damage. We have floor buckling. So we definitely had something going on here. Look up here, the water line looks like it was maybe hooked up at one point. Yeah, it's just crazy. All right, let's look around. All right, so we look out at the island, and we got some more water damage. It definitely has been going on for a long time. We've got some mold. We've got stains in the carpets over here. Goes over here. I mean, it's all over. So we go into the kitchen. Oh, a sign that says do not use the dishwasher. That's interesting. It's in the range. It's a very interesting spot for the dishwasher. Okay. All right, so let's take a look. I'm actually squeaking on the floor, which means we still have an active leak on the floor. So let's look around. Okay, so I pulled out the fridge just a little bit so I could get to it. And look at that, guys. Here's a whole puddle of water. A whole puddle of water right in front of this fridge. I would venture to say that our fridge or freezer, probably the water line, is leaking. We got a little bit of mold on the door. Probably something going on. Ice cream's still cold. The ice is all gone. Okay, but I'm venturing 100% guessing, but probably very strongly agreeing that our water supply line connection right going into the back of this fridge here is leaking. Possibly even behind the cabinet there. Let's see. Let's take a flashlight. We'll take a look up in there. There's that water line. See, it's kind of rusty. Kind of rusty back there, but there's no water damage in the bottom of the cabinet. So it's not leaking inside this cabinet, but it's very likely, very possibly, likely leaking from, yeah, see the moisture on this, on the valve? You guys see that? There's some moisture on that valve, that shutoff valve, shining. Okay, that's a very good indication of water leaking. So that's a possibility. Our drain lines don't, I mean, there is cabinet damage. So the bottom of the cabinets here got a little bit of water damage to them. So there's definitely some potential water there. Let's pull that out. Nothing back there. So now it doesn't seem to be dripping, not necessarily dripping behind the, not in the sink area. But with a whole puddle of water here on the floor, I can guarantee that our fridge is the culprit, and it's been going on for some time. Now, interesting is she says that the neighbor says that the roof is leaking. So we're gonna get up there and take a look at that as well. So the other part is that you wanna look up here for the roof. And the roof, I don't see anything. Nothing on the roof. It looks like it's leaking at this point. Nothing in here. Well, there's an old repair, so you're gonna be looking for old repairs there. So you're gonna be looking for that. But hey, look at this. Behind the paneling wall, okay, we've got some rot on this wall right here, which could be a very strong indication of some leaking in behind that wall. Yeah, look at that. Mold goes all the way back there. All the way back there, but really bad here. And look at the hall. We got tons of hall damage. Now, one of the key factors in an investigation, guys, is going to be looking for power in the house. Reason why this is super important is, especially in the winter months, is that if there was no power on, this is a secondary home, this is not their primary home. And if this was a secondary home and they didn't turn the power on, or the thermostat was set too low, then the pipes could freeze. And that could be the source of the water damage too. So one thing you want to do is check for power. We came in, the fans were on, so we know there's power, and the lights are on, so we know there's power. So we can rule that part out. Let's go check the thermostat. Okay, so we'll walk down the hall here, look at the thermostat. Yeah, and it says 73. Let's get my flashlight out here, sorry guys. Let's get my thermostat checked on. Yeah, and you'll see room 73. And if you look right here, right there, it says on. And it says cool. Okay, so we've got power on the thermostat. So we know we don't have any freezing at nighttime now. There's not gonna be any freezing going on in the summertime, but that would be a great thing to look for in the wintertime. So this got water all the way down here, which would indicate more of a very concentrated water leak. Let's check our bathroom, nothing going on there because there's no water at the door, but we've got water right here on this pillar. Oh my goodness, look at the stairs, guys. Oh my goodness. We have got massive mold. Nothing on the ceiling, but we got something seriously going down the wall on the stairs. So look at this, this is our source. We got our source figured out real quick. Is that we've got some water coming down the wall, this wall right here, which would indicate that roof leak that the lady was talking about next door. All right, so we're heading down to the basement. Got fans running here as well. Okay, and look at our lovely mold and rot going on here. Okay, so we got, again, something is causing the water to congregate into this area, and it honestly looks like it's in the wall, not a plumbing leak. And it could be that that fridge is contributing to it. It could be that fridge is contributing to it, but we definitely got a wall leak, and we got moisture coming down the wall pretty regularly. So let's take a look in here. We got a storage closet up underneath the stairs. Tile floors. Okay, we got under the stairs, got some mold. Got some buckling of the the board there, which tells us we got some water coming in. Got some mold buildup down at the bottom. Yeah, I bet you the roof is going to show us a lot of information when we get a look at it. But guys, look at the mold. That's telling you long-term damage, okay? Long-term damage. So you want to look around the rest of the house. I didn't see anything. Oh, we got some basement. Got some water damage in here. Let's see if there's a light. Oh, yeah, one light, yeah. So this is just regular water. This is normal seepage that occurs from below grade. Okay, yes, you'll have a little bit of mold, but that's pretty normal. But seepage from cinder block walls that are buried below ground, that means your French drain is not working properly and the water is just seeping in through the concrete block. That's totally normal for a house of this age. Yeah, so that's gonna be pretty normal. All right, let's look through here. Got a laundry room. All right, got some mold. Clearly got some water coming in from the basement, from the walls. It's saturating stuff. Okay, so you wanna look around to everything. You even got some leakage potentially up there on that HVAC unit. Water dripping down from there. So yeah, all this has gotta be checked. You don't wanna leave anything unturned when you come in. Oh boy, here we go some more. All right, I'm coming to the bathroom. All right, total mold scenario 2. This is again probably underground seepage. So that's not fun. All right, so we've pretty much done our investigation of the inside. What we're gonna do is sketch it up, take some photos, and make a report based on what we're seeing here, and then we're gonna get a look on the roof. All right, folks, we're on the roof, and I was hoping to find a little bit more on the roof than I did, but let's take a look. All right, so we're looking at a pretty easy slope, 412. Nothing on the left side here as far as wind, except for one little shingle down here at the bottom that got pulled off, I guess, from the wind or something there, just a tiny one there. We always do, for this carrier, this is Horse Man, we do a brittle test. Brittle test, guys, very simple, is you take one shingle, you bend it 45 degrees, and then you see if there's any marks after it's bent. We've already done the bend. There's no damage after the bend, so we put on pass. So on the right side, a little more wind damage, but here's the thing. It almost looks like it's a little bit older. Some of it's new. We got a repair over there. We've got some rot around the chimney, which doesn't justify the interior damage at all. I did my brittle test on this side. Over here, same thing. No damage on the right side when I bent it. But I did have an old repair here. This may be what she's talking about with the old roof damage. That all these shingles at the top here, guys, are not wind damage. These are all stuck down, all sealed, which tells me these were bent when they were installing these shingles. So very careless install. When they were pulling up all the shingles to nail, they damaged all those shingles instead of replacing them. So yeah, that's not really in the area for the leak. It's close, because there's the pipe jack, which is the bathroom. The leak was actually right around here. But what I did notice when I went up in the attic is I did see a ton of rot on the plywood. I wish I had taken a video for you guys, but there was some all on this entire run, right where the vaulted ceiling of the living room and where the kitchen is. Right here is all rot. All the plywood was moldy. So it tells me there's moisture, and it's hard to know. The roof shingle here doesn't look super old. It could be that it's blowing in from the ridge cap. I didn't see any damage that gave me any indication that those had been flipped up. So could be just that, this is a low pitch roof. Get lots of driving rain. Maybe it came in underneath that ridge. I don't think the water came in onto these shingles here. They're all in pretty good shape where they're stuck down. Even the one above it is totally stuck down. There's no flapping in the wind. You pull these up there, that would take an enormous amount of wind to pull that up to cause water to go under those. But no, this is in the middle of the vaulted area and there's no damage. So the damage is over here, very close to this bathroom. So it's very possible, guys, very possible that our leak was from this location. I wanted to look on my drawing. What I did was I sketched the house and the living room. That's one thing I could point out. Sorry, guys. The living room is 24 feet to that wall. So let's take a look. Let's pull our tape. Sorry for the wobble on the camera, guys. It actually is an overhang, so it actually starts about here. 24 feet. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. 24 feet. Guys, 24 feet's right there. And this is the wall for the kitchen. So that is actually a combination of a bathroom and kitchen vent. But the kitchen starts right there. And that's right where the wall, that's right where the wall and the stairway goes. Yeah, that's exactly what it is, guys. That's the plumbing line that's in the wall behind the kitchen wall. Okay, and so that means the stairs are right here. The stairs are right in this location, exactly where the leak was. Guys, we just figured it out. We just figured out where our leak was coming from. The neighbor mentioned that it had been leaking for a year and they never did anything about it. The roof was off, there was damage. So that totally explains it. Well, thanks for being on this job with me, guys, and helping me figure out where the water damage was coming from. We sometimes get some pretty tricky ones. So I appreciate it. Now look at that beautiful view out there on the lake. So make sure you get a chance to look at it. Beautiful view. It's a nice place right on the lake, but it's really not well taken care of. Sorry, I'm sweating. It's about 90 degrees out here today. So Daniel the Adjuster, make sure you check out my other videos, my macros that'll help you write an estimate faster, and consultation link if you guys want to have a one-on-one call with me. Otherwise, we'll see you guys on the next one. Appreciate it. Take care. Bye-bye.